Hey guys, Jared Lakeland here from Focus Group Florida, Keller Williams Realty. Focus Homes, your local custom home builder, and Focus Remodels when you love where you live and you want to make it better. All right, so let's have a look at this week. Here are the headlines. We have a 58% uh, home shortage. The price per square foot is down. 12% year-over-year price growth. The inventory is up, and sales are down slightly. Things are all over the place. So let's dig in and see what's going on. Excuse me. Okay, so for this week, for the last 7 days, what's happened is we had 120% of the homes that went pending, were moved from the market, were replaced by new listings, which is great. So we had approximately 21% more homes go on the market than were taken off the market, and that's what we need because we have this massive shortage. That is good news for our buyers. It's still a seller's market, but good news. And in Polk County, we had about 15 to 16% more homes put on the market than taken off the market. Again, those are good. Highlights for this particular week, we've got, let's see, a massive shift on one of the zip codes. Again, it's only for 1 week, so nothing to get crazy about. But in 33805, we had 3 times as many listings go on the market than pendings removed. Now, I didn't have a look, but often when that happens, often builders are doing things that put a bunch on the market because they're going to be closing in the next 90 days. But anyway, that was a big one. 33803 had twice as many homes come on the market than were removed. In 33801 and 33812, we had about 1.5 times the amount of homes went pending were replaced by more listings. But then in other zip codes, we had less than 100% replenishment. So we had 90% 33811, 71 in 10, 85 in 3309, and 3313 we only had 66% of the new pendings were replaced by new listings. So it's a bit all over the board, but the averages are between 115 and 120% of pendings were replaced by new listings. So that's a replenishment week, which is not terribly negative. All right. As far as the house, the sold homes in the last 7 days, the average was 3 bedroom, 2 bath. Average size was 1,797 square feet. We had an average list price of 188.58 per square foot. You'll notice that that's creeping down. We had an average sold price of 184.78. We had an average list price of 336,371 with an average close price of 329,910. So we had an average sold price compared to list price of 98%, and the days on the market was 27. So let's have a look at what's going on in the average price year over year for this specific week. It was actually a 12% increase year over year. Last week it was a 23%. The week before it was 30%. The week before was 8%. So it's still double digit. So don't go thinking that you're going to go sweep in and buy a bunch of cheap houses because that's not the way it is. However, it isn't like the 30s, 40s that we saw earlier in the year. So anyway, so 329. And if you look at, I'm doing the 12-week average, you'll see that we had a little bit of a crest. Just that moving average tells you sort of an overall trend, and so you'll see that it crested a little while ago. All right, days on the market, not a tremendous amount going on there. Last 4 weeks, 26 days, 26 days, 23 days, 27 days. So it's that's kind of where it is. Remember, that's the average on that one. Sales pending, they're low, but they're not as low as they were a couple weeks ago. So this week we had 70 new pendings in Lakeland and 276 in Polk County. And if we look at the graph, I'm just looking over here because I've got the graph. That is below the 400 mark. We had been around that 400 and above for quite some time. So it is below that, but it's not to the low that was 186 just a few weeks ago. So a little bit of positive, but definitely you can see the trend is less than it was. The cancellations, withdrawn, and expired listings, the withdrawns continue to be the highest at 17, but this was our highest expired listing week to date with all the records we've kept with 13. It's still a minuscule number when you think of all the listings. All right, we got our numbers in. I believe it was last week. We're at 2.5 months of inventory, and that's 42% of the needed homes for the buyer needs at the moment. So the inverse of that means we have 58% shortage in housing. So still very much a seller's market. If there's a good time to do anything, it's now. Get your foot in the door. You build wealth through the appreciation. So that's definitely the message to take away from this. Thank you very much to all of those who have hired us this year, me and our team. Our goal is $60,000 to give back to the community, and we are currently 46,552. So thank you very much. All of that comes directly from the professional fees we collect when we help people buy and sell and invest in property. All right, so active listings, you'll see on the graph, they're creeping up. It's not a massively steep graph. Specifically, Lakeland is quite flat, but it does continue to increase. We had 711 active listings. When I looked this morning for the county, we have 3,485. Now, as a whole, you can see it creeping up. Now, when we look at, we started at the beginning of the year, we had 246 listings in Lakeland, and now we're at 700. Okay, so that's 189% year-to-date change. It's a pretty big number. Okay, and then for the county, we were at about 1,000 homes, 1,070 at the beginning of the year. We have 3,000. So we're there at 225%. Again, that's a pretty big increase, but we were very, very, very low inventory. So that has that explains a lot of things. As far as the listings had a price drop, the county is still at 1,000 plus per week, and Lakeland actually went down. We had 531 listings whose price dropped the week before last, and this week was 513. So there was a change, but it was in the opposite direction, and I feel like that's probably sellers understanding better how to price their homes up front. Rather than trying to get just these massive numbers, then coming down from there. However, okay, so that's what's going on. This week, we are very excited because it's the first week of the month, and what does that mean? That means it's First Friday. We're extremely excited. It's a support our troops. You know, it's Veterans Day next week, so we've got fun activities downtown by Munn Park. Look for the Purple Tent by Harry's in Munn Park. Also, for those in the Young Professional Group, the Emerge Gala is Thursday. So look up Emerge Lakeland if you're interested in that. It's a fantastic event, super fun. And then this is an event I always volunteer for, the Cattle Baron Ball for the American Cancer Society. We've got a lot of cancer survivors and unfortunately people who've passed away in our family from cancer. So I love to support that, the Cattle Barons Ball on Saturday the 5th. So if you'd like to learn more about that or donate, please look up Cattle Barons Ball here in Lakeland, and I can't wait to participate in that. All right, guys, that's it for now. You know the routine. We've got loads of links down there for you. Home swap, cash deals. You've got the price drop link, so you can actually have a look at specific listings in there. Feel free to contact us at any time. We're here to help you, and we hope you have an amazing week. All right, hope you had a safe Halloween. We had a blast. And we'll talk to you soon. Take care now. Bye-bye. Bye, guys.